Alright, I think we're up and running. It's kind of a surprise stream. Here we have a round robin between Wyatt, who just got out of the bracket, and a new player, because I guesstimated that his skill should be somewhere around this area of the bracket. We're just going to use this for better seeding in the next tournament. This is losers round robin round number 1, bracket number 2. So no stats are available for Tristan because he's new, but we'll see what happens here. Alright. Got Canal again. I have a feeling I might have to switch up the map spinning wheel because we just keep getting the same maps here, so. They both, I feel as though they might both not have an idea what's going to happen here, but. Glaz and Thorn. That is a good ban from both of them, but specifically Wyatt. And I think they just played their warm-up match together. Might have been a fatal mistake from Tristan because he might not have known he plays Glaz outside of that.
Attackers need to locate and defuse as many bombs as they can.
Alright, let's see what we got here. Pretty basic Mozzie's here. I don't know if Caleb played Mozzie against him. He might be taking from that match if he is, but Mozzie's a pretty good choice, especially for 1v1s if you can take out their intel fast. I also don't think Tristan knows who Mozzie is. He might just full jump into a Mozzie, get his drone taken. He also doesn't know this map very well. He's very new. Wyatt probably doesn't know as much, but Tristan's just going in almost completely blind here, I think. Fatal mistake a lot of new players make is after the drone phase, if they don't find the bomb, they'll just go in blindly. Tristan still needs to keep droning. He also needs to shoot the camera, but he's passing it right now. Is Wyatt going to utilize it, though? I'm not sure why he has C4 out right now. I think he expects him from those stairs. Maybe this would work against Tristan, but you definitely want to keep your C4 in your pocket the whole game until the end. It's usually used more like its own grenade, but I'm not sure if Wyatt just doesn't expect Tristan to understand this. But yeah, he does not know who Mozzie is, but maybe that gives him a clue as to where sight is. Just having that happen right there. Pretty good just aiming here. He doesn't have an ACOG on, so he's losing a big advantage attackers have with the 1.5 scopes. He's using a worse scope than he could be using. Even if preference takes its place, he could still be using the ACOG for more consistent aiming at far ranges. He's under sight. He knows his drone died somewhere over here, but he's not sure what's going on here. Wyatt's doing a good job holding an angle, especially on this door. This could be Wyatt tries to swing too far and Tristan just stays in sight. But and he knows that he found bombs, and he knows he didn't find it on B site because he's there, so he's returning to A site. This is a pretty basic play. He's planting. I don't know if Wyatt can tell that he's planting from the audio cue. But if he turns this corner, he didn't see him. Corner of his... He found the diffuser, though. Tristan's playing very smart here, especially for a new player. Throws the frag dramatic on a panic move. Wyatt might wallbang. If he's smart here, he would have at least tried a wallbang, maybe. He only has 20 seconds to defuse. He's running out of time to even physically defuse. He kills Tristan. I think this is enough time to stop the plant, but that was a really close match. Good fight from Tristan. Very smart plays too, droning it out after prep phase. That's something new players usually don't do. Preparing the frag grenade after the diffuser was planted, that was also pretty good. I'd say Tristan's definitely on a good track here. However, not using an ACOG is probably his biggest problem. And Wyatt's biggest problem is maybe better Mozzie placements. Some of them were a little bit like seeable by the drone. Not that that's that big of a deal. A lot of Mozzie mains still do that. He was aiming a lot more, which is something he didn't do as much against Caleb, and here he's utilizing that very well. Also, Wyatt needs to keep his C4 for the late game, because in a situation where he knows where Tristan is, he could have maybe thrown a C4, gotten a kill, but it also makes a loud noise, so if it was basically anybody but Tristan, they would definitely know that that's a C4. He bans Warden. I think it's because he just doesn't know much about the operators. But he's playing Mozzie again. If he can successfully scan him, you'll see his icon and be able to get a good ban next time. But I think Tristan's in the dark on operators too, and he has that disadvantage. Obviously a ban on Sledge just because he played him. Tristan's going to run out of operators since he's new. He doesn't have many operators, and his main's already gone, so... Just me on the commentation today. See these spider placements. He's just kind of looking for spots right now. That's not too bad. Oh, that's unfortunate timing. So I'm not sure now if Wyatt knows that his ability gives him the drone. Maybe he shot it because he just forgot for a second, or he thought it passed it or something. But maybe he doesn't know. If you're watching this right now, Wyatt, your ability lets you control the drone after you hack it. So definitely be using that more. You would have had a free drone, and you can only get 2 in a 1v1. Maybe more if they're playing Twitch or Bravo, but here he's not. I don't know where Wyatt's going. It's not necessarily a bad angle to hold, but he keeps banking on the fact that Tristan might be there. Checking cams is good. Now he knows where Tristan is. He red scans him. Tristan doesn't know where the camera is, so he might just ignore it, and that looks like what he's doing. In a normal situation, you wouldn't want a red ping, but it doesn't matter too much here. It's a default camera anyways. In a normal game, a lot of people are going to shoot it. Red pinging is not crazy. Maybe late game scenarios. Tristan's still going to have to figure out another way upstairs. I think he might just use the same stairs up. It'd be better if he used the other stairs, which are about right behind him right now. He probably doesn't know they're there, though. He just doesn't have the same map knowledge. I'm not sure that Wyatt does either, really. Maybe he'll see them on the way over here. If he scans here, he can see that it's Mozzie and ban him next time. Okay, so... he makes the fatal mistake of sending his drone right towards the enemy. He should have kept it far away and scanned so he could see him, and then just bringing him closer in any situation is not particularly useful. He only has a minute to get up there, and he's too busy on the drone. Wyatt should probably be shooting at the drone less, because it just delays Tristan. He's droning nothing at this point. Yeah. At the end there, he tried to get back to his actual persons, but he didn't need to keep droning him out that much, especially without scanning. Wyatt's ready for him this time. He barricaded the door to slow him down, which is really good here. He only has 45 seconds to get a plant off. He looked the other direction. Tristan's actually going there this time. So he's actually ready for him, not knowing that he's necessarily deviating from last time. they both tag each other. Tristan's significantly lower. He's not going to look low enough. That was really close. Tristan's aim was pretty good there. He almost had the flick. Tristan did the same thing Sean was doing in some of his matches, and that was breaking the barricade while you're still standing in front of it. You got to break it from kind of a side angle so that you have some distance in between you and anybody else on the other side of the door. Or at least you can retreat more so than just standing in front of it. Mozzie, he knows to ban Mozzie this time. I'm not sure. He didn't even scan him, I don't think. Maybe he did. I don't think he did, but he might have. And saw the icon. If he knows something I don't and banned Warden the first time, I'm not sure what's going on there, but he actually knows it's Mozzie this time and bans him correctly. Fuse could be good if he actually uses his ability. Sometimes new players just completely forget about their ability. Valkyrie could be insanely good if he does not red ping with the Valkyries. Actually, I don't think it matters if he does. Fuse could be good if he actually uses his ability.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
He's in the same site. Tristan should be able to get there faster for the third time in a row. Maybe he's expecting it. That's a decent camera. Obviously, he can be in a better spot, but Wyatt's just got to learn those spots more. I'm definitely not a Valkyrie pro or anything. I imagine that his cameras are going to be just perfectly fine, more than good against Tristan. Except maybe that one, because if Tristan goes up the stairs, that'll be directly in his face. Who knows, though? He's ignoring the drone. Tristan's going with the shield, too. This is going to force Wyatt to... Oh. Okay, well, if he uses the shield while he's in the fight, which I really hope he does here. I hope he doesn't keep doing this the whole time. Then he's going to force Wyatt to only hit headshots or foot shots to kill him. That's going to be a little bit more on the difficult side. I'm not sure Tristan could play a shield super well, but just that alone might do pretty good. If Wyatt's checking his cameras, he sees him. See, good camera. He knows he's a shield, though. He's going to be ready in this confrontation to either run up and punch him or get a sneakier shot. He doesn't see the Valkyrie cam to his right. Probably doesn't know what it is. Probably thinks it's part of the map. Wyatt's checking them, but he's checking default cams right now. He sneaks past the old one, so... But he hears him. He has to hear that, right? I think he might. This is a good move here. If Wyatt sprints into the other site, I think he's going to use it as an audio distraction, but inadvertently maybe get some damage on him. He misses the damage part. He's putting another one there. If he sets this off now, this could be good. No, he's... Okay. Wyatt's holding an angle, expecting him to be there. He's trying to bring Wyatt closer by shooting over here. I'm not sure what their plan is here, but Tristan trying to get the audio cues is pretty good, I'd say. He's running towards that door. No, he's turning around. He's not exactly... He hears the shield. The shield's too loud. Is he going to aim in on him? ADS here? He might ADS at a point where he thinks Wyatt's not ready. He's still just approaching. Is he going to go for the punch here or last minute ADS? And neither of them really know what to do here. Wow. Tristan wins because of just probably console versus PC with the headshot aim. I'm not sure how Tristan didn't die there, actually. But that's going to save Tristan. He's going to get a couple rounds of defense at least here. He's got a lot of potential in this next bracket. But for now, Wyatt's definitely improving on his skills, what he learned from his previous streams. Propelling off of that to likely win this round robin. Jackal, that's good. That's what we have statistically as his best operator, since that's the one he won his round with. I doubt Tristan's going to know exactly what to do if he gets scanned by a Jackal. And Doc is an interesting choice. I could see this being useful in the case where he scans him as Jackal and then takes a little bit of damage and then uses his Doc ability. But outside of that, in a 1v1, I'm not sure Doc is always the best option. Tristan's not necessarily looking for that as much. He has a limited amount of operators, but I'm not sure if Tristan plays smoke and that's why Wyatt banned that, but that could definitely be a possibility. So I think I know the reason why Wyatt was checking those other stairs. It looks like that might end up being the way Wyatt approaches, the one that he kept checking when he was defending. There's he didn't place the bulletproof camera. I don't think he knows that, but that was definitely putting it on a barricade is not the best option. Okay, he knows that. Barricade would make it break like really fast and really easy, which kind of defeats the purpose of it being bulletproof. He's not going to shoot cams either, but I'm not sure Tristan's going to check that as well. He's expecting him to go the same way as he did. I don't think Wyatt knows how to get to that site. He's going downstairs. This is going to be a really unfortunate drone. It's going to at least take him a minute if he keeps droning. He's going to enter. Maybe he sees how much larger the map is as he approaches here. Unless he's thinking on a higher level than me here. Yeah, he's taking a left because he assumes the bomb sites are over there anyways. Normally you should be ADSing when you walk through a door, but I mean, with the foresight we have, we know that bomb sites aren't over here. It doesn't really matter. Tristan reinforces a hatch, which is interesting. Probably just something to do. There are a set of stairs over here. Okay. If he goes through that door, the other one behind him, he could find a set of stairs that should lead him onto the right path. If he goes up those other stairs, or there's another path over here, it's just he only has a minute left and he's having a really hard time finding bomb site. He's got to go up those stairs, and he's going to recognize it as soon as he gets up there because he's been holding angles here. Yep. So now he knows where he is. Tristan doing that might have just brought Wyatt towards him. He's definitely not slow walking. Going in pretty fast. Tristan's in a corner though. He's not aiming at anywhere specific, he's just kind of aiming. Which isn't the worst, but isn't the best. He's expecting him to enter one of the other barricades, that's why he has the bulletproof camera there. But Wyatt could flank him here because Tristan just doesn't know that this part of sight exists. Wallbang would be good there. If he uses his ability, he could maybe scan him, find some of the old footprints, and then get an easier pre-fire. He's going to go for the snow peek. Wow, he just doesn't know where Tristan is there. He's hiding in the corner, but he assumed that since he didn't see him, that Tristan couldn't see him either. I think he knows he's there now for sure. He only has 15 seconds to get the diffuser up. That was a good pre-fire. It was just a little off if he was there. Tristan brings it to a close 2-2 game. This is an insane series of events. Tristan shows that patience is key in Siege. Holding the same angle the whole time is very helpful. Is he gonna ban Doc though? Maybe Tristan with the P90 is really good. So I'd be curious to see what else Tristan plays and how he changes this. Bans mute. I'm sure Tristan's gonna play Doc again. And he bans Blackbeard. Maybe, I mean, banning a shield is definitely not a bad idea. I think both of their skill levels are a little too low to counter a shield very well, so Doc again. He's gonna go with the P90, I expect. Can't check their things. Wyatt's gonna go Deimos. Now, last time he played Deimos, he didn't use his ability. He also didn't use Jackals. Nope, he's switching back to Jackal. Never mind. He's got to use it this time so he can get the scans off and get a better pre-fire. Or if he doesn't know where he's at, of course, just generally more ability usage.
Defenders, protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
This has got to be, in the next bracket, I'd like to see these two play again. This has got to be some of the closest matchups we've seen so far. We've never had a match go 2-2, I think. Actually, I think mine was. So as long as you don't see another 2-0 sweep for the rest of the match, we'll be seeing one of our closest matches yet. Tristan goes downstairs on a site. Wyatt's a little more familiar with that layout now that he spent so long droning that out, but I think he's a little too paranoid about not knowing the sites over there either, that the droning might not work out for him very well. Also not going to shoot camera above him, but again, Tristan's probably not going to utilize it. He's going downstairs. That's a dead end. Now, Tristan, where is he hiding here? Because this is a really good hiding spot, except for the fact that the wall behind him is soft. Therefore, Wyatt could wallbang him, but I doubt that's going to happen, especially if Wyatt doesn't know where the bomb site is right now. I'm assuming he didn't find, I didn't watch him going, I'm assuming he didn't find the bomb site. Maybe he did, because he's going the right direction, but going in blindly is definitely not a good idea. Yeah, he chooses the wrong direction. This might be really unfortunate for Wyatt here. Just, it's going to take too long. He's going to run out of time like last time. He had 15 seconds to get a plant off. He had to rush Tristan. Notice his sights aren't there. Maybe he turns around, takes a left at the entrance where he originally droned. He goes back down there. Maybe he's going to go outside. Oh. This is a very smart play from Tristan to switch up sites because neither of them really do site setup anyways. Now this is the correct way to go. He's really close to finding him. He might not know that they're just right there. He should see these barricades. Oh wow, this could get close. In this situation, I would use Jackal's ability. If he were to ping him, he would see that Tristan's behind a soft wall. Maybe they'll go wallbang. Unless, is Tristan reinforcing? He just did. Tristan, I hope you're not watching this stream right now because that is suspicious. He hears the barricade broken. He starts getting shot at, but he misses his main opportunity. Sometimes there's a little bit of trigger discipline necessary. He actually doesn't know. No, he's checking the camera. He definitely knows he's on that barricade now because he hit it twice. Wow. I'm gonna have to see Wyatt's. I didn't see Wyatt's point of view there, but I'm surprised he didn't win that little peak gunfight. Tristan peaked with a little bit too much of his body there. This is getting kind of insane. Wyatt was doing really good, and now Tristan, I think, just went on a 3-0 run, right? Wyatt's got to prevent him from winning the game by winning this one right here. He should be banning Doc. He bans Monty because he just does not want the same shield encounter that he had. Wyatt's best bet would be to do a shield, but maybe Blitz this time because neither of them, there's definitely no way they can counter Blitz. However, I'm not sure Wyatt has any practice with shields. Ram. This is interesting. Probably for the gun, but if he uses his ability right, it could just throw Tristan off wildly in insane ways. I mean, Ram's thing could break a barricade instantly, throwing Tristan off even more. It could make a lot of noise, which is what I think would be the most disorientating, but I don't think he's going to do those. I think he's just doing it for the gun, which he hasn't used the other character's abilities, so I'm not expecting it now.
Attackers need to
So I would
locate
say
and
just
defuse
whatever
as
his
many
best
bombs
gun
as they can.
should be his best option here, his best bet. Whatever that may be, though, it seems as though that's what he did for Deimos almost and Jackal. So if he stick to Jackal, that wouldn't be bad. But he scans him, knows he's sentry. What does he have on him? Proximity alarms and a deployable shield. Deployable shield is going to be really good for Tristan, just because he's good at being patient, holding angles. Prox alarms will be helpful as well. We just gotta hope Wyatt doesn't get too caught up with on a prox alarm if that happens. So now he's putting the deployable shield there. I'm not sure if he wanted to put it in the door. He would have to break the barricade first. But if Wyatt goes the same direction, it's technically harder for Tristan to shoot Wyatt in this situation, because okay, these are pretty good prox alarms if they actually hit what he was going for, but he kind of missed. If Wyatt goes back to the same barricade, the deployable shield will protect his entire body. Oh wow, interesting timing there. Whereas Tristan's body won't be entirely. Wow. Okay, hold on. A lot's happening here. He hits it. Flashbang. This is a good move here. What does Tristan sing? He flashes himself though. A little unfortunate. Yep, this is good. If he just stays looking to the left, he could easily win this. Tristan's playing even more patient, expecting him to know. Nope, he's going to go for the swing. I think Wyatt's a little laggy here. This is going to probably... I can imagine this... Ooh, he's trying to bait him into having bad trigger discipline, shooting more. He crouches under it. He's switching sides. This is actually pretty good here. He just doesn't know where the door is anymore. He saw him, with pixels, but he didn't know that was him. Wyatt has a Tristan has a distant angle, which is going to be really good for him. Wow. The misplaced prox alarm. Okay, good. That's good. Ooh. He's expected Tristan to rotate. That's a pretty smart play, but Tristan's extremely patient. Oh, wow. Maybe he saw that. I think Tristan's leaving his hole there. Nope, he's planting. Does Tristan know the plant noise? He's looking for him somewhere. He doesn't know where he's at, though. This is just proning right there is a good play. He's got to wait for Tristan to approach him. Oh. That's really unfortunate. Tristan's, the problem there was just Wyatt peeked. It's really hard to tell when you're laying on the ground, but Wyatt peeked with his body a little too much. That's more advanced than definitely both of their skill levels with the bottom, but Tristan comes out with the dub. Being a new player, this is going to be pretty good for his seeding next tournament. He has other people he'll be playing in the round robin, but we're not sure who that is yet.